Hello EFD squad, today we have another treat for you, an in-depth look at 5 players who carry their teams through stellar performances. Here we go. 5. Jonas. At 33, Jonas is by far the most seasoned professional on this list, but like a fine wine, the Brazilian just seems to get better with age. The Benfica frontman has scored an incredible 23 goals in 19 league games this campaign. That's 2 more than Harry Kane, the top goal scorer in Europe's top 5 leagues at the time of writing. This amount of goals is no shorter than 50% of third place Benfica's league total. With the Eagles currently 2 points behind Porto and 1 off Sporting, they'll need Jonas to keep firing to secure their 37th league title. This form is no fluke either. The striker has scored an average of 0.9 goals per game in the 3.5 seasons since his 8 million move from Valencia in August 2014. Bargain. Once labelled the worst striker in the world whilst at Grêmio, where he still netted 40 goals in 74 games, the 12-cap Brazilian has won 7 trophies at the Estádio da Luz, including 3 league titles, and has twice been named Portuguese Player of the Year. What makes Jonas so good? Quite simply, his ability to find space in the box. In 17-18, he's averaging 4.9 shots per 90, better than Lewandowski's 4.7 and Cavani's 3.9. These aren't just aimless attempts either, with 71% of them coming from inside the area and 68% of them finding the target. That's the 3rd best accuracy in Europe, behind Lewandowski and Neymar. Unsurprisingly, for a player that can also be used as an attacking midfielder, Jonas is an adept dribbler and has been successful with 68% of his take-ons this campaign. That's on a par with Lionel Messi. Despite not quite reaching 6 foot, feel you there, brother? Jonas is a handful in the air. Me, not so much. Not only has he scored 4 headed goals this season, but he also has a 38% win ratio. That's not bad for a forward, it's about the same as Bayern's Lewandowski. In spite of his advancing years, Tite will no doubt be watching the striker, who transfer market value at 7 million euros, with added interest in the build-up to Russia 2018. 4. Alfred Lewandowski. For the last 2 seasons, Augsburg have finished in 12th and 13th. But this season they've leapt out of mid-table mediocrity and currently occupy 8th, just 3 points off the Europa League places. The key reason for their sudden upturn in form? 28-year-old Icelandic striker Alfred Lewandowski, whose 11 goals in 17 Bundesliga games have fired him to 3rd in the Bundesliga scoring charts, behind Lewandowski and Aubameyang. Augsburg may be the Nordic frontman's 8th professional club in his 7th different country, but he looks to have finally made himself at home in southern Germany and is currently averaging a goal every 126 minutes. That's better than Lukaku and Morata, who cost 147 million euros between them. Despite playing for a side that only averaged 47% possession and 4.7 shots on target per game, Lewandowski's extraordinary shot accuracy of 68% ensures he's still getting 1.8 shots on target per 90. This deadly accuracy is the 2nd best in Europe of players to have scored 10 goals behind Neymar. The frontman, who has 11 goals in 45 appearances for Iceland, is at his best when leading the line alone, using his muscular frame to hold at the ball and bring others into play. Wonder what that feels like. He's also creating 1.6 chances per 90 for his teammates. That's higher than Cavani's 1.3, who's playing in the most dynamic forward line in the world, bar none. His incredible goal-scoring form is no fluke either. He netted 29 league goals in 13-14 whilst at Heerenveen, helping him to 4th in the race for the European Golden Boot that season. Leading the line alone can often be a thankless task, especially in a mid-table side. But Lewandowski seems to relish the hard work, making 1.3 tackles and interceptions per 90. That's nearly double the amount of notorious workhorse Luis Suarez. Lewandowski's 3 goals in qualifying helped his country reach their first World Cup too. And if Iceland springs some shocks on the world stage, expect his transfer value to soar. 3. Florian Thauvin. Make no mistake about it, Florian Thauvин's time in Newcastle was horrific. The winger scored just 1 goal in 16 games and perhaps, more humiliatingly, was criticised by Toonami hero Alan Shearer for wearing a tuxedo on the way to a match. But the 24-year-old returned to Marseille at the start of 2016 with fire in his belly and has thrived in his homeland ever since. Last season, the 5'10" winger contributed to 23 goals in the league, and he looks set to smash that already this campaign. After just 22 appearances this season, the Frenchman's already averaging 0.75 goal contributions per 90. This is more than one of the Premier League's elite in Eden Hazard, who's having a decent season by any standard. Thauvin's 2.7 chances created per 90 is higher than fellow compatriot Nabil Fekir, who, to be fair, could have also made this list, while the Marseille man's 3.5 take-ons per game is just shy of boy wonder Kylian Mbappe's 3.6. Clearly, the Frenchman is a confidence player, with his shooting stats in the south of France a stark contrast to when he was near the River Tyne. Thauvin now has 2.15 shots per 90 inside the box, with 44% of those strikes on target. In comparison, he averaged just 0.6 shots in the box with a 20% accuracy whilst donning the black and white stripes. As a result of his renaissance in France, Transfermarkt now value Thauvin at 28 million euros, and should a club come knocking and try and pry him from French shores, it probably won't come on the cheap. 2. Robert Lewandowski. Bayern Munich are flying once again, 15 points clear of second place Bayer Leverkusen at the time of writing, and well on course to win their 12th Bundesliga title this century, and their 6th in a row. This season, the prolific Pole scored a mind-blowing 23 goals in 27 appearances in all competitions, and leads the Bundesliga scoring charts with 17 goals. He's currently averaging a goal every 85 minutes. That's second only to Immobile's 80 minutes per goal in Europe's top 5. Since his arrival in Germany from Lech Poznan in 2010, Lewandowski scored an incredible 236 goals in 361 matches, an average of 0.7 goals per game. Dutty. That's significantly better than Neymar's 0.6 goals per game since he arrived at Barcelona 4.5 years ago. Bayern Munich's domestic success in recent years has been built on a watertight defence and incredible attacking flair, and this season is no different. However, this campaign, only Lewandowski scored more than 5 goals, and he's contributed 39% of the team's total. How has the big man done it? Not only does he fire off 4.7 shots per 90, the same as Egyptian sensation Mohamed Salah, but he picks his moments too. 16 of his 17 league goals have been scored from inside the box, and he isn't afraid of pressure moments, tucking home 4 penalties in the process. Out of the other European league's top scorers, only Immobile with 6 has more. Unlike the man he's rumoured to be in line to replace this summer, Karim Benzema, Lewandowski's rarely injured too. No player has started more league games this season than Lewandowski, re-emphasising his importance to Der Rotten. He not only carries Bayern, but also his country. His 17 goals in qualification was the best in Europe, and he scored at a ridiculous rate of 56 minutes per goal. With 4 years remaining on his contract in Bavaria, expect any potential suitor to have to pay more than his Transfermarkt value, which currently stands at 80 million. Good luck, Real Madrid. 1. Lionel Messi. There could only ever be one player in our top spot, and it's of course the GOAT himself, Lionel Messi. Despite being in his early 30s, the Argentine has showed no signs of slowing down and is propelling a Barcelona side in transition to La Liga glory, currently unbeaten. Mental. At the start of the season, Barcelona's then record signing Ousmane Dembele was injured, Luis Suarez was experiencing a barren run of 5 games without scoring, and guess who picked up the pieces? Paulinho. A little bit, actually. But no, Messi, who contributed to 3 goals during that period. And this rich vein of form continued. He's currently scored 19 goals and provided 9 assists to his teammates in just 20 league games. In fact, Messi's goals account for a whopping 50% of the Blaugrana's league total. And unsurprisingly, Messi is still elite in every single attacking category. He creates 2.7 chances per 90 for his teammates. That's more than David Silva and Pogba at current. He completes more take-ons than Alexis Sanchez and Douglas Costa with 5.7 per 90, and is currently more prolific than world-class marksmen like Icardi and Aubameyang. And it's no surprise that Messi's still hitting these numbers, as he takes 6 shots per game. That's only bettered in La Liga by shot monster Cristiano Ronaldo. Just over half these shots come from inside the area too, and with a shot accuracy of 56%, it's not hard to see why the little magician is leading the goal scoring charts yet again in Espanyol. So guys, there were 5 players who were carrying their teams this season. Should we do a part 2? Let us know your list in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this, go ahead and watch yesterday's Stat Wars, and as ever, don't forget to like and subscribe.